What is the policy of the major Southern California sheriffs regarding arming citizens with concealed weapons? We interviewed Sheriff Leroy Baca of Los Angeles County and Sheriff Mike Carona of Orange County and found considerable differences between these two top law enforcement officers.
The problem in the state of California is that we're not a right-to-carry state. And so people who want to carry a concealed weapon have to apply with either the local police chief or the local sheriff to get that permit.
The Sheriff's Department of Los Angeles County will issue concealed weapons permits to individuals who have been victims of a violent crime. We also issue them to retired FBI agents and police officers, along with judges who are currently serving on the bench and other public officials who have been threatened. Our total number of permits is under 500. And I think that that's a reasonable figure.
Historically, it's either been somebody that the chief or the sheriff knows well, and so there's this issue of, well, is there political patronage? Is it because of a friendship? What we really wanted to do in the Orange County Sheriff's Department, what I campaigned on, was developing an objective criteria under California state law. So regardless of who applied, if they met that objective criteria, they would get the CCW permit. If they didn't, they wouldn't.
Some proponents say that an armed society is a safe society. These two sheriffs fundamentally disagree.
The question or comment about whether or not gun permit carriers are a factor in reducing crime, no evidence of that in Orange County or Los Angeles County, either one. 2,000 gun permits in Orange County is 2,000 for 3 million people that live there. No one has a clue as to who's carrying those guns. And most of those individuals don't want anyone to know they are carrying these guns. So I think the people that like guns would like the general public to believe that somehow an armed society is a safer society. I don't think so.
A study that was done by Dr. Lott out of the University of Chicago, where he looked at right-to-carry states, and he made a conclusion. He came to a conclusion that concealed weapons permits, more guns, I think the name of his book is More Guns, Less Crime, that concealed weapons permits actually reduced the number of crimes that were committed in the community.
Carrying a firearm without a permit is a crime in California and most states. So who can get a concealed weapons permit? Listen to the different criteria in these two neighboring counties.
Well, in the example of a Leslie Dutton, who's an interviewer of a very popular interview program, and going into a dangerous area, I would say take someone with you. You would not be eligible for a gun permit.
Well, let me ask you, if I am a woman and I have to work late at night as a real estate agent, does that change it? Does
that may have a different bearing if you were an individual who was, by definition in your particular occupation, going to be in a high crime area back and forth.
You'd have to be more specific.
Got to be very specific.
There are people who have exposure in certain businesses that require them to carry large amounts of money privately and have been victimized as individual classes rather than as individuals. And we will consider giving them permits. But we don't give them out very much.
Almost 40 states have adopted right-to-carry laws. What does this mean to citizens who want to be able to defend themselves?
The mere fact that you're a law-abiding citizen, you do a criminal history, and you've taken whatever training is required under the law, then you would get the CCW. So you don't have to play this game of answering, well, do you live in a high crime area? Can you articulate in a creative writing exercise why you need the CCW? The mere fact that you're a law-abiding citizen qualifies you under a right-to-carry state.
We want to hear from you, the viewers. What do you think about this issue of concealed weapon permits? Do you think criminals are deterred by private citizens who are armed? And does this make society safer from crime? And should we make it easier for citizens to obtain a permit by reducing requirements to a simple background check and training? And finally, should citizens join the campaign to pass right-to-carry laws similar to those that have been enacted in the majority of other states? Be sure and participate in our survey and leave your comments, which will be posted on our website. Thank you.